Alright, it is officially 2 o'clock, according to my clock. So, let's get it started. There's the Infinite Hall of Infinity. What I'm planning to work on, finishing touches to 6.5.17, the newest update to Relics of Hyrule. So I'm just gonna get into that. Most of it will probably be Creation Kit. We'll have to pop into Skyrim at some point to test some things, but it'll mostly be Creation Kit. I believe, yeah, all of the weapons have the duplicate tag missing, as long as they're not like actual proper duplicates. Same with the armor, ammo, books, ingredients. There's one key. Oh, that one's just there. I'll just leave that alone. Soul gem. Enchantments need some help, and spells will need some help with those duplicate tags. So, I think first thing I'm going to do is get rid of these duplicate tags. To start off with, give people some time. Welcome to the stream. I'm doing the boring stuff first, so people have a little time to get situated, get a snack, or whatever, that people can file into the stream, find your seats, tip your waitress, all that good stuff. No one will be I'm going to sort it by form ID, so I don't actually, because there's this thing here that has the duplicate tag, but it's not a Relics of Hyrule item. Oh, shouts also have them. But it's a little more important, because there's more spells. One of the tedious things about mod making is this kind of thing. Whoops, that should be a Pier, not a Pete. Where does this to go to? Scrolls, yeah. Magic effects. So all the magic stuff will need these duplicate tags removed. I'm just gonna do spells first. And then I'll do more interesting things. welcome to the stream. Doing some boring stuff to start while everyone finds me and does their get situated. Just getting as many duplicate tags as I can. Some of these I never use and will never be used. Old things from ideas and things that I had in the past, but nowadays they're not that important. I may revisit them. There's this one, the Sacred Sword, that I want to try to work into the mod at some point. It fires an actual sword as a projectile. Okay, let's switch this here. Almost done. Welcome. Not doing anything interesting right now, but I am almost done with the spells. So these three here adds kind of element of randomness to the redead screen. Each one paralyzes you at a different duration. So you'll be fighting a redead and there's a chance that they'll paralyze you for 1 second, 2 seconds, or 3 seconds. I believe that's it. 4 seconds is the max. So sometimes if you're fighting a redead and you're not wearing a burial mask or anything like that, and it feels like it's paralyzed you for longer than you were expecting, that's why. So they only use a low power shout. Something else that I tried to make happen was Pesto shooting rocks. Didn't work out. I don't think they actually... They don't do it, but it's also possible that they just don't have the data to fire spells. Okay, we're almost done. Boom, done. Okay. That was annoying. Right. Let's... What I'm going to do is I'm going to save it. I was working on the hookshot because the collision is screwed up. Collision data got messed up somehow, or maybe it's always been messed up, but this, on a lot of them, this was set to no reaction or something like that, and it should be simple contact. Oh, that's just a projectile. No hook. Yeah, response simple contact. Ah. That's another thing. I'll have to look at some things that actually work properly. Like Master Sword. Simple contact. Yeah, moving. It's supposed to be these four. But it has dynamic, which it shouldn't have. It should be sphere inertia and moving. Let's check on that. Because this, I think this is the most important thing. Otherwise it will just hang in space like it's a static item. Check the axe. Something I was thinking of doing was having an option for the hook shot to have the hook out further, so you could use it as like a sword or something, and like the chain fused in place. But I'm not sure about that. Ah, response invalid. Yeah, so it doesn't respond, and then it doesn't fall. I don't know how this motion system data got like this, because the hookshot has been in the mod for a while. Once creation kit finishes loading, then I can test it. That is fixed. That is something I need to check. I don't know how to make Pharaoh's Wind stop saying per second, but I'll have a look at it. And these, I don't know if I can fix them. Oh, it's raining outside. Oh, it's raining pretty heavily. What other things do I need to do? I have to check the door of the Shadow Temple, because in testing I keep finding it open. I forgot to clean the the mod before starting the stream, so that's why it's taking so long to save. I think I may have figured out how to make it consistently save quickly. Oh, yeah, that was bound to happen. I don't think there's any more mesh work that I have to do. one thing that I did... the Skulltula armor was messed up. Well, it's Skulltula chitin plate. So this is the standard Skulltula chitin plate. Gold Skulltula chitin plate was messed up. It was looking at the wrong data, so I fixed it and I made it have a nice sheen to it. And then there were some errors with the white Skulltula chitin, and I changed it. So now this is what the white Skulltula chitin will look like. It's thinner, and it doesn't have the skull on it. It's just plate of chitin. Same thing with the white gold Skulltula chitin. Oh, nope. Well, that's something I can do. White gold. There we go. And we'll give it a gold. There. That makes it look the part. Problem solved. There we go. Good thing I checked that, because otherwise it would have been messed up. I forgot to make the Skulltula, the new Skulltula chitins, look the right way, to look the way that they're supposed to. And I wanted to give these the same look as this one, that with the eyes from the top, but the problem is this is based on the heavy armor helmet, and I couldn't do that with the white gold Skulltula chitin, which I forgot to save. God bless America. Oh, seriously? I can't believe I forgot to save that. Fortunately, it's an easy fix. Oh, that's right. I messed it up and I saved this one instead. So this one needs to be saved as the white gold. Easily reverse. Just remove gold from here. And make this shiny dull. There. Problem solved. Didn't waste any time. I wasted some time, but not too much. See what else I can... If there's any other work I can do. I added shock arrows, so I can show you the shock arrows. Weapons, Hylian, arrows, shock arrow. Yeah, so shock arrows will be coming in 6.5.17. Here's what the shock arrows look like. They're a bright yellow, almost green. Probably because of... Yeah, let's make that yellow. There we go. They're yellow with some cyan highlights. So that's the shock arrow in flight, and this is the shock arrow quiver. I believe I already changed the... Yeah, specular color is white, which is fine. Still does look a little green. Oh, it's because of the ore. That should be like Quicksilver or something. Maybe shiny contrast? Makes it look nice. Oh. glossiness. Ugh. Leave it 80. That's fine. Yeah, I'm really happy with how the shock arrows turned out. One thing that I will want to do... Oh, it's done. One thing I'll want to do with this is to... I added the shock arrow shrine, so I'm going to rebuild the one that's on Soul Slime. So that it looks more like the other shrines, the other arrow shrines on Soul Slime. So I might as well do that right now. But first I want to check the hook shot. Oh, I should check the claw shot too. Claw shot. Let's open U2. Because U2 might have issues. Because you're based on the hook shot. Simple contact. Fixed. This needs to be moving. And this needs to be inertia. Same thing with you. This is a little... Oh, response invalid. Does that mean I'll check it, and then if it works, I'll be fine. And if not, then I will have to... I'm gonna check it anyway. Okay, response simple contact, response simple contact. Yeah, I really like glass armor as well. Just part of the reason why I made those Hylian glass armors. I realized, though, that there's no mid-weight hero's gear for that kind of for light armor, so I may have to come up with something. I don't want to make hero's glass armor because that would just be green. Excuse me. Which is like Vardenfell glass armor. So I'll have to come up with something. Hook shot. And move this render window over. Hook. Hey, I must go now. My planet needs me. Okay, that's not good. That means that some of the data is wrong. Some of the numbers. Yeah, that's not normal. That one's fine. Whoop. Okay, let's check the claw shot. Beep. I know how to fix this. Okay, so all of them need it. And then there was another hook shot mesh. Hookshot no hook? Is that it? Yes. Okay, so let's start with hookshot no hook. It's these numbers. You will notice its mass is 1, which is whatever, but its inertia has no data. No data whatsoever. The mass, whatever. Mass probably should be 8. What is the weight of the claw shot? Claw shot. Weight is 1. So that's fine. Okay. They are taking it for their collection. Evidently, yeah. Which is another thing I'll have to work on probably this stream, is adding another display to the archive and setting up the rest of the display that I already have. Anyway. We will have to open up another one of these, and maybe the inertia data of this will work. Friction. I think the mass should be higher on this, so I'm going to make the mass 10 on all of these. In fact, the claw shot should be having more mass. I'm going to make the mass like 15. Because I don't think mass correlates to the carry weight of the item. That's 10. Okay. Let's look at the chitin plate because it's one that I know works. Mass. Linear damping is 0.1. Linear damping is 0.1. Angular damping is 0.5. Time factor is 1. Oh, time factor is 0. So let's make time factor 1. Gravity factor 1. Friction 0.3, that's fine. Restitution is bounciness. So that's fine. Penetration depth, who cares? But the most important thing I found is the inertia data. So let's look at that inertia data. Okay, let's do 0.12. M11, it's all the 11s, the multiples of 11 that need to have numbers. 1, I'm guessing 33.15. Okay, that should be it. So let's save that and let's check it in here. Huh. Well, I found an error. This should be hookshot no hook. Yeah, NIF scope is weird. Yeah, this should be hookshot no hook. Oh wait, no. I don't care. I will make it hookshot no hook. Because I need to test it. But I think there's a reason why I left it this way. Maybe I'll just do that and just leave it, because it might be causing problems having the model be different. Okay. Oh! That might be a good sign. Boom. Fixed. I'm a genius. And by that I mean I know things. Although, that's a little weird. It's still floating. But floating is better than... hello? Yeah, that's... Floating is better than flying, like it was doing. But I think Something needs to be changed about its collision. Let's change that to simple contact. See if that does anything. Nope. Nope. Although I didn't reset it. Reset. Nope. Yeah, it's still floating. It's responding to physics properly, but not perfectly. Maybe a restitution. No. Penetration depth. Penetration depth should not be that big. It should be. Let's try 0.02. See how that works. Reset. Bam. Nope. Still floating. Gravity factor is 1, and that's how it should be. Boom, ba-dum. Center. I might just leave it alone because I don't know. Yeah, it'll be different in game. I'm just not gonna bother. It's working fine, so I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing and ignore my perfectionism. I think you should be able to post a link. But I don't know if it'll work. Anyway, the inertia data. So the hook shot, no hook is fine. Let's do the claw shot next. Time factor 1. Yes, I will look. Oh. Well. Yes. She's here as well. Okay, claw shot. Claw shot, friction, restitution. Restitution is bouncing it. Penetration depth. I'm gonna switch back to 0.02. And then inertia. M11 was 0.11. 0.1. And then it was 0.15, I think. No, 0.1. Okay. 0.11 and this 0.15. And that should be it. So let's test the cluck shot. Yeah. Nice. So the claw shot is fixed. I am curious what'll happen if I make those like 0.5 or something. So I'm going to test that. And see what happens. Oh yeah, I was going to make this different. Let's see what happens with that. It doesn't seem to factor into anything. But I'll make them 1 because I don't want to tempt fate. Okay, no hook is fine. Now let's do a hook shot. Yeah. Why bother with any other Epona mod when you have Relics of Hyrule? You can summon Epona as a ghost. That's sad. Never mind. Okay, forget I mentioned Epona. Bam. Checked on the hook shot. Hook shot hook. Whoops. Bam. Everything's fine. Everyone is happy. And the hook shot axe. Gravity factor. 1, 0.1, 0.15. Bam. Oh yeah, yeah. The cute factor is a perfectly acceptable reason. Oof. Yeah. Hook shot. The hook shot is one of the I think the hook shot is one of the most beautiful items in the game. I mean, in the mod. It just turned out so face-meltingly well. Like, it looks like it's made of metal. It's amazing. It looks great. I'm really happy with how it turned out. It kind of gets chunky when you use it, but whatever. Okay, corrected hook shot. Where is it? Corrected, fixed. I know it's in here. Hook. Oh yeah, corrected hook shot collision. There. Now I need to figure out why the heck Farore's Wind. Well, since I'm here, I might as well. I'm checking the that link for the Epona Stardew Valley mod. That is, yeah, that is really well rendered. That is a great looking horse. Reminds me, I need to look at Relics of Hyrule opponent and make sure that her mane is the right color. Also, another funny thing is when I check that link, there's this ad that popped up for Star Stable, and there's this horse that looks normal, and then there's this dead-eyed woman who's just looks like she hasn't slept in years. Yeah, enjoy your time. Have a day. This is the only one. No dual cast modifications. Why do you say... Maybe that'll do it. No duration. Yeah, there is no duration. Okay. And let's check on Epona. Oh. Yep, that's the right. That's how it's supposed to look. Master Stalfos. Oh, I have all caps on for some reason. Master Stalfos. Gotta make sure he can disintegrate. Yeah, he has it. I don't get it. It's not a big deal. Okay, it's time to spend another 5 million years saving. The rest of this stuff I don't think I can fix. Oh, the Shadow Temple. Oh, well. If the door is open, whatever. One thing I wanted to do, I think while it's saving I'm going to do this. There was something I wanted to do. No, it would be textures. Textures, clutter, Triforce, books. So I'm going to open up this. Wait for everything to load. The reason I'm opening this up is I want to make a Sheikah book. So that's what we're gonna do. Of course. I wonder if I have a file somewhere. Texture projects. Do I have like a book texture project? I don't think I do. No. shot. Nope. Fair enough. Clear. Books. I might have... Do I have book textures here? No. What about here? Nope. I have to re-extract the book textures. Or, actually, why don't I just do this? Yeah, I mean, I'm biased, of course, but I do think that Relics of Hyrule is pretty underrated. And a lot of... I get requests for standalone mods a lot. But I realize that I don't really want to do standalone Zelda mods anymore, because Relics of Hyrule sort of spawned from... Hello? Oh, there we go. Relics of Hyrule spawned from the standalone mods that I had originally made, and then reworking them to work together. So it seems like a weird... It would be like going backwards to make them standalone again. And then the story would be lost, and the story is one of the most important things about Relics of Hyrule. There, I'll just leave it like that. No. That would be terrible. Oh, that just totally messed up. That is not how you're supposed to work, you silly tool. I'm really happy that people enjoy the mods so much. Okay. I think I have... It doesn't matter. No. It has to be somewhere. Texture. It must be Skyrim mods. Triforces. Lilian Crest, Hylian Crest. I guess I don't. So I'm gonna have to be a shameless thief. Symbol. Triforce. That one. I want that one. Do you have the symbol? What about the Yiga symbol, yo? Oh, it's literally an upside down lens of truth. I thought there was a little more to it, but no, it's literally an upside down lens of truth. With no, like, fancy anything, it's just upside down lens of truth. Fair enough. That makes things a little easier on me. Okay, I'm gonna save this image. That's my collection of XKCD comics. I'm going to save it in here, Chica, so that I remember, and I'll stumble across it at some point. Open, show, no. Literally, there it is. Boop. Okay. Sort by type. There you go. I think it was a Buddhist symbol. The swastika is when it's square and just not diagonal, and when it's oriented the other way, it's a symbol for, it's a Buddhist symbol for peace or something like that. And the Nazis were like, we're evil. And they took that symbol and ruined its reputation for all time, forever. Let's give it a nice purple color. And seem to use red. So, but like a pleasant red. Yeah, you're very welcome, and thank you for putting that shout out in there. Oh, that actually looks pretty good. Actually, that looks really good. I didn't do anything, but that looks great. I'm gonna blur it a little. Just a little bit. That's too much. Just a little, no, not. point, like 1 pixel. Maybe not. Maybe I'll have it be dissolve. I could just leave it the way it is. Yeah, I've read that too about the tier being added after a civil war. I don't know if that's canon or if it's fan speculation kind of thing. I might just leave it like this because this looks pretty fine, so that's fine. Book Chico. See. Now comes the Yiga book, which is gonna be so difficult. Oh my gosh. I don't want it, I want it to be red though. What the heck? I accidentally opened a document flip. Okay, let's just fill it in red, see what happens. Nice. This one I may have to blur. I actually sort of want to darken it. Darken. I like this. I like those reddish hues that are in there. Ooh, darker color. Color dodge looks good, but it's too bright. So I'll have to darken that. Maybe not. Yeah, I've been doing this for so long. Color, even color works. Color works pretty well, actually. So I'm gonna desaturate it. No, I guess it doesn't work that well. But color does look pretty good. Maybe if I darken it. No. I do like how that looks with color, so maybe I will duplicate this and use color burn. Oh, hello. There we go. That's what I want out of life. There. Yiga book. I think that's going to be what the Yiga book looks like. I'm just gonna see if there's any. Yeah, their colors are black and red and white. So way it is fine and dandy and sexy. These guys will be really fun to... Yellow seems to be in there as well. So these guys will be fun to implement in 6.7. Yiga book. Oh, that's right. Clutter. Triforce books. And something I want to do is just save this. Oh, I keep doing that. I keep forgetting to change this. It doesn't need to have alpha. Not that it hurts to have alpha, but it's just kind of pointless. Okay. Now I need to make... Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to quit Creation Kit. I'm going to check some things. I'm going to clean the mod. Then I'm going to reopen it so that it saves more quickly. Because I need to make the... I'll have to make... I don't need to, but I want to make the Sheikah book and Yiga book models. And it'll be really easy to just apply a texture. Nope, nope. Yeah, I can just apply it, or I can just use these. That would be quicker, actually. Oh man, these meshes are 3 years old. So it's been 3 years since I made unique Hylian books. Or at the very least, since I modified them. Sheikah. Boom. Sheikah book. And the Yiga book. Oh no, this needs to be added as well. Sheikah book. Sheikah book. That good? Everyone's good? Okay. Book. Sheikah. Now, make the Yiga book. Yiga. I always forget which one this is. I think it's this one. That's the environment map. I think that's right. That's the... yeah. I put it in the right place. Now I need to give it an environment map. Oh, butts. Nifscope can crash if you try to assign a environment map, but highlight the wrong thing. I don't know why it does it. It's just one of the tawdry quirks of the platform. As for my favorite divine beast, it's an excellent question. I think Varudanya. The name is great, for one thing. And is that the right place, or is it in the wrong place? No, it's in the right place, I think. The name Varudanya is really cool. Oh, that was the wrong thing. There we go. Just checking to make sure. Okay, yes, it is 3 down from the normal map. And then seeing Varudanya crawling around on the mountain is really cool too. So I'm gonna do something else here. There's a reason for this. Boop. Okay. Okay. Got all the books squared away. Now we go into Skyrim. And I'm gonna watch this. I think I have to set this to capture. Okay, so it should be fine. There we go. Okay, so when 6.7 comes along, the Divine Beasts and Sheikah Towers and things like that will be in it, of course, because those are such, like, so vital to Breath of the Wild, but I'm going to interpret them a different way than people might be expecting. And I've been meaning to catch up with the anime, the Pokemon anime. Of course, you know, I haven't watched them since I was a kid. So I realized that the top of the Forsworn staff is hawk skulls. There's our bird skulls up there. Okay. Do I have the hook shot on me or the claw shot? Answer, no. Have them in storage. Doesn't look like it. I have some things in second storage. Do I have anything in third storage? No. Okay, so let's pop over to the Falkreath Secret Grotto. Well, I won't be engaging in whether your Argonian kicks my Nord's ass. Oh, it's starting to rain again. And let's go to my house. Oh, that's right, I can't run because of Feror's Pearl. It's a good detriment to annihilate your stamina magicka meters for a few seconds so that you can't just spam it and jump all around and expect to do anything useful. Oh, jeez, I thought that was a giant for some reason. But no, it's just Lydia. Oh wow, those look really good. Oh, those are Darknut boots. Of course they look good. I made them. That was... Ah, the butterfly in a jar is actually sitting on the table like it's supposed to be. Claw shot. Yoink. Claw shot. Hook shot. Where's hook shot? Okay. Let's drop the hook shot. Hope it doesn't crash. Boom. Oh yeah. So you were right. It looks fine now. It's not hovering above the ground. Although it does roll a little. But I'm okay with that. I don't really care if collision is perfect. And the claw shot is clearly more massive, which is great. Okay. So that is something I can check off the list as being good. Let's check on Feror's Wind. Feror's Wind. It still says... I honestly don't know why. And Hylia's Denial says it too. This makes sense, because it is actually a concentration spell, but I don't know why Feror's Wind and Hylia's Denial say cost 12 per second. I don't know what determines that, because they're not concentration spells, they're Fire and Forget. I don't get it. And Hylia's Denial should probably not be that color. It should be blue. Whatever. What else do I need to check? I think that's it. Oh, Need to check Poe. Check on Poe. Make sure he's still with BB-8. One moment. Excuse me. Okay. No, I guess I'm back in. There we go. Okay, I'm back in. Poe Torch. The red Poe Torches work flawlessly. The blue ones, let's see if they do. God bless America. It's supposed to be emitting light. Like I said, the red torches work really, really well. They do exactly what they're supposed to. These guys. Or maybe not. What the heck? There we go. I wonder if it means I have to drop these. Aha! Success! That's weird. That's a weird quirk. But that makes sense. So Poe weapons successfully emit light until you unequip them. So that means this one should work. Yeah. Even though it disappears, it still emits light because it's a staff and it's still technically equipped. Whatever. Still haven't fixed this yet, though. But yeah, that's nice. So does that mean... Doesn't look like it. Whatever one's in your right hand. No, it still works in your left. It just doesn't do both at once. It just overwrites whichever spell is currently active, which is fine. Uh-oh. You can make it mess up, though. Okay. What else? Poe torches. I will have to check if Faror's Wind is set to Fire Forget on Self. I think it is. All of its settings. I don't know. I'll have to check. And I can't do that right now. Oh, well, Skyrim crashed. That solves that. God. I'm gonna quickly clean the mod so that I can save and load more easily with it. Actually, I could check on it right now. Okay, so spell. Faror's Wind. Faror's Wind has only one setting. It says self. I can't get rid of this thing yet. I did click no duration. For Faror's Wind's Mark Recall effect. No duration. Boom. So it does have the no duration flag. It also has no magnitude and no area. I don't know. with GeForce. I wouldn't know where to look. I haven't noticed anything wrong with my computer. Okay. I don't know what's going on with Pharaoh's Wind or Hylia's Denial. And clean. Oh. It only removed 392 records. That's good. It was removing thousands before. Yeah, and I've been working on these errors. These are all just empty cells that don't have anything. Oh yeah, I was gonna work on the archive. My screensaver is a black screen. this up because that's old stuff from 6.5.16 that may or may not still be in effect. This is something I still need to add, so I'm going to pop that up here. That's something that I'm going to add in 6.5.18. That's something I should check. I've tried to make the hint notes unowned, but for some reason they always get flipped to it, to being owned. So I don't know about that. I was just remembering an episode of Doctor Who called Kill the Moon. That the story of the giant egg thought reminded me of that. The Poe brothers are currently not in Relics of Hyrule, but this doesn't mean that they're never going to be in Relics of Hyrule. They have really great quotes they have great quotes, and I would love to have those quotes in the mod. I might put something. Because the Song of Storms, I forget where the Song of Storms is, but it might be possible to put something in reference to one of the brothers for the Song of Storms. The guaranteed Song of Storms, anyway. Song of Storms. Yeah, so associated with... Yeah, that quote is really cool. And then Ocarina of Time, composer brothers associated with Sun Song, which is fitting. They're obviously based on Mario and Luigi. Come on. And that's cool. They changed the texture of the Triforce emblem for Majora's Mask. It's the same thing. It's a triangle. They just changed, and this is the little triangle in the middle that's cut out as alpha. So they just had that not render, and that whole thing works. And then for Majora's Mask, they just made it a different sort of gem thing. It's the same model. They just changed the texture a little. Or, I mean, they're modeled after Mario and Luigi. It's not that they are Mario and Luigi, but they're modeled after them. Based on Mario and Luigi. Okay, where is the Song of Storms? You are in the Brine Hammer. Okay. Where's the Sun Song? The Sun Song is in Rime Rock Burrow. I am going to make a note. Okay, oh, nope, that's not what I wanted. Saying it's missing an environment map. Oh yeah, it's missing, it needs, it needs an actual cube map. cube maps. Kinda dull. Save that book. It's weird that it's not... Oh. It's not rendering the way I was expecting because I didn't select the right thing for it to render as. Still not quite what I was expecting. Yeah. Maybe if I make this... I guess I'll have to make it a... I don't really want to... Environment map. Maybe I just need to make the environment map a little stronger. Cutter. Those books. Just to make it look weird. Oh, you know what? Maybe it needs this. it'll render differently in game. I'm not gonna bother. I think I already tested that. But I don't want to be sure. I don't want to make a mistake. Well, it's just a minor detail. I'm not gonna bother. But I wonder, like, 'cause they're the only two spells that do that. It may be a quirk of like alteration spells, like mage armor spells were originally supposed to drain magicka as they were active. But those are not mage armor spells, and Nehru's Love doesn't do that. Maybe it says no dual cast modifications. I'm gonna see if changing that does anything. But it doesn't really matter. This I can get rid of because I did that. And now I'm gonna save and I'm gonna work on the archive. So I want to add at least one more display. I'm just gonna Well, the archive isn't. Well, I get. I mean, if there's not much in the archive to look at, it has like one display that's not even finished yet, and it's not accessible. And I still need the Harp of Ages, but 6.6 is such a far ways away that it won't matter that much. Yeah, it needs a normal map. I think the normal map does a better job. Probably switch back to default. Yeah, default works. But it's too bright now. I guess that's okay because it's weird. And it's supposed to look weird. That's what I want. Sage medallions. Yeah, I do want to add the sage medallions and actually make them do something, but I don't know what they would do. But I am going to add them in 6.7. But they probably will just be collectibles and just be there and be square. There we go. That's what I wanted. That's exactly what I wanted. That very subtle. To just... Because this book is wrong. It's off. There's something wrong with it. And I made sure that they... spiritual stones would require new meshes, new fancy time meshes, because I'm assuming you're talking about the Kokiri Emerald. Yeah, spiritual stones. I would need meshes for those, and I can't make them myself. Let's turn off the environment map. That just looks really dumb. How can I make it? Oh, I know how to make it look less dumb. There. But that still doesn't... It's just a glossy book. If I get rid of this, yeah, it's just a glossy book. Raising the glossiness seems to help somehow. Whoops. Ew. Why is it green? That was weird. Turn off the environment map. Fancy book. Okay, I'm gonna get a snack. I'll be right back. Whoop. I'm back. This is the archive. I with Discords, I wouldn't know where to start, and I'm so busy. That I would have to look into it to figure out what the hell they are in the first place. And I don't know if I would really be into it. I know one of the streamers I follow has a Discord, or I'm subscribed to her rather, so I could check it out that way and see how she does hers. But like I said, I'm so busy doing other things. I will think about it, but I make no guarantees. Because it really sounds to me like another thing that I would have to maintain. And I have the wiki, I have the mod, I have the mod page itself, I have the videos, Twitter. I don't think Relics of Hyrule is big enough to warrant having one quite yet. they maintain themselves, I'll think about it. That looks kind of stupid. What do they carry? No, it's not going to work. guess that looks better. I'll figure it out. I'm going to leave that space for the inevitable Bokoblin shield that will be emerging eventually. And plus, you know, space. I wonder if I need this. I'm gonna get rid of that because I wonder if it's possible for me to just take this and wrap that in a collision box. Because that way, the reason I have the collision boxes is because I don't want people to be able to grab the arrow, because that just makes it a free arrow and you wreck the archive and you can't get it back. So I wonder if I wrap these with collision boxes, if they no longer are able to be accessed. The pedestal, this is the information thing. So I assume this is the pedestal you're talking about, because there's this pedestal, there's this pedestal, there's this pedestal, This is the information area. What would happen if you wrapped a mannequin on a mountain in a collision box? Is that a joke? Because my thought is that the mannequin would then be in a collision box. I honestly don't know if this will work, if my plan to wrap these things in collision boxes will keep them from being activated. I'm just trying something. Oh, you know what I should have been doing this whole time? That's what I should have been doing. Ugh. Oh well, we'll just leave it alone. Yeah. I forgot about the Zuna short sword. Well, if you wrapped it in a collision box, it would slide out of the collision box. Or it would just bounce around in the collision box, I think. And the reason why 6.6 is going to take so long is because I have to do this for every single item in the game. I mean, in the mod, I mean. It's practically a game. Oh no. Well, that means I'm gonna have to add a second one, a second button. Everything will be on display. Sorry if that came out a little, like, impatient, but yes, everything will be on display. In fact, I forgot to do this. You have to fill in the archive yourself. That's what these buttons are. If you have these weapons, the Bokoblin weapons, then you'll be able to come up to here, activate these floating buttons, and it will make the Moblin War Axe, for instance, appear on display. It's a museum space that you populate. So the ocarina will be able to be displayed, but you need it in your inventory in order to display it. Just gonna add a second button here. And I'm gonna have to do some enable pan. I have to do some enable parent stuff. So if that disables, that will disable. Can I make them? No, I can't. Shoot. So if this thing goes away, that thing will go away. But I need another hidden one. Because this one... Actually, you know what? I'm going to modify the script. Add a second button. Oh. I'll keep this partner button. No, that's actually, no, it has to be this. I don't need that. Okay. I think that clause, that bit of code should do it. Well, yeah, I mean, this has been a long time coming. This is something people have requested for a long time, to put everything on display. And it's gonna, what's the point of this collecting everything if you can't display it? So it is gonna take a long time, but I think it'll be worth it. Oh, I forgot this. And there's no... I think it's better for Relics of Hyrule to have its own in-house museum system than to rely on a separate mod like Legacy of the Dragonborn, because then that mod will have to update its patch and it's just silly. So the archive is a necessity. It's pretty much what the mod has been leading up to. I hope these floating buttons aren't stupid looking. But there's not much else I can do about them. They're going to be floating no matter what. Because my original thing was they were going to be here, where the item is going to be. So I think it's better if they're pulled back like this. Bokoblin, Canes, Crossbow. I'm doing everything alphabetically. So the canes will be next. And I'm going to try to keep it simple. Like, I have all these ideas of like, oh, if you have this, you have this. No. I wrote the script for these buttons, and that's pretty much all I need to do. I made the textures for the actual archive itself, which, by the way, is a honeycomb. It explains what this thing is. It explains what they are for. I kind of like that. I like that kind of like it almost looks like code, the way that they're all sort of arranged in space like that. Yeah. And that's why I'm doing 6.5.17 and 18 and 19, and because that's going to be all the other stuff that 6.6 is going to have. And then 6.6 itself will just be like the islands that I'm going to add. And some other minor... the Harp of Ages, Rod of Seasons, and the Archive, and that's it. Everything leading up to it will be other content that would be in 6.6, but I wouldn't want to make people wait a million years for it. Let's put on the canes, since the canes will be a small... Hello, Kana Samaria? Get with the program. Why aren't you aligning to the grid? Oh. That would be why. Yeah, the way that... So you'll notice... I can show you with the Armos display. So the Armos display, there's 2 of each, because when you get to +3 on the Armos weapons, you can... they change shape. So the Armos Battle Axe, for instance, this is the normal one through +2. This one is +3 through +5. So they get slimmer and stuff. The way I have it set up is that if you have the +3, it'll display the +1. So what I'll do is, with the Gilded Sword, with the Razor Sword and Gilded Sword, if you have the Kokiri... here's what it'll work. If you have the Kokiri Sword and you press the Kokiri Sword button, it'll display the Kokiri Sword. If you have the Razor Sword, it'll display the Razor Sword and the Kokiri Sword. And then if you have the Gilded Sword, it'll display all 3. That way, if you don't make a duplicate of the Kokiri Sword or the Razor Sword, you won't lose that ability to display it. So, like, for the Cane of Pashy is right there. I could make this. So the Cane of Pashy, really easy. It'll just be that one. But with the Cane of Samaria, you can turn it into a Warhammer. So for the Cane of Samaria, and by that I mean the Cane of Burna, my mistake. Cane of Burna requires either the Cane of Burna or the staff version. So if you have the Gilded Sword, the script will check for the Kokiri Sword. If you want to display the Kokiri Sword, it'll check for the Kokiri Sword, the Razor Sword, and the Gilded Sword. And it doubles for weapons like the Armos Halberd, for instance, that has these upgraded versions. So it kills 2 birds with 1 stone. And the same will go with the Master Sword. If you have the true Master Sword, it'll display the Deep Corrupt. If you have the true Master Sword and like Dark Essence or something like that, it'll display the Dark Master Sword. So that way you don't have to worry about all the possibilities. Yeah, I wanted to make it simpler than the way that Legacy of the Dragonborn is done. I just wanted to be like, you have the item, you can display it. And you can keep the item that you displayed. And that's it. And as you can see, the plaques use the same script as the Kakariko graves to display a message when you activate them. This can probably be moved. Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine the way it is. There's going to be a second level here. I might as well add the floor. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. That'll do just fine. Gives you a sense of how big the archive is. I hate it when Creation Kit does that. It messes up the rotation. It's supposed to lock it, but it doesn't. Let's try 5 times. Ooh. 5 times is plenty of times. Actually, it'd be better if it was like this. There we go. That looks nicer. Pitten Wall 2. Well, that did nothing. It must be this. Well, I'm not sold on it. Because there's some Z fighting there. Doesn't look great. There's some Z fighting. Yeah, that doesn't look great. It doesn't look like the floor that's below it. So I'm going to replace that. For now. I am going to use it, but I'm going to use it differently. I'm going to have to make a custom texture for it. Oh wait, there's Z fighting on the original. So that's not a problem. Yeah, well... maybe it'll work. Maybe it'll work that way. Yeah, the Z fighting probably renders out in game. I guess we'll test it out. Oh, you know what, actually? That's what I want. That's what I want. Okay. We'll leave that there. I mean, this might even be like 3 levels because it's so big. Yeah, it might end up being like that. That could work. But for now, I'm going to leave these out. I think I'll make one more display. And then I'll have to end the stream. Maybe. Crossbow. Dark Nut, ooh. That's the first one that has armor. The crossbows. Yeah, I don't have the energy to do the Dark Nut display. I'll do the crossbow. Way to display yourself, you silly thing. need these. It's not perfect, but it's there. Boop. Okay, so what do I'll have to make a dark nut. Oop. Make a dark nut. Dark nut equipment. looks like I'm making an Darknet display because I just want to see. If I make a separate unique Darknut, like this guy, that doesn't have a weapon, and give him the mannequin scripts, that could display the armor really well. I'll make the Darknut display and then I'm done for the day. Oh, maybe what I could do... use the player house mannequin as a template. And just use everything except... I don't really have much of a choice. Okay. AI packages. Scripts. Inventory obviously have to stay the same. I guess that should be it. Oh, factions. Check the factions. Factions. use AI data as well. Spell list probably wouldn't be needed. I'm making it use the scripts, but I will... Now, the reason I did this is because we need a female mannequin too. Because otherwise you wouldn't know what it looked like on a lady. Boom. Man. What a strategy. Lady? You're not a lady. Oh, I guess it did. Well, never mind. I guess it did work. I will change it back to mannequin. It just didn't seem to make any difference, so I forgot. Never mind. Yeah. Just slight differences. it's gonna have to be a little bigger. A little bigger. Whoop. Oh yeah, the shield. Of course, the pedestal is going to go right here. So the shield will have to be somewhere else. Let's bring in the pedestal. Oops. Yeah, that shield is blocked by it. Well, that's interesting. That their realm is essentially their true form. Yeah, I knew from Hermaeus Mora that he chose his form to be a mass of tentacles when dealing with mortals. Oh God, why do you do this to me, Creation Kit? Okay, that's disabled. I knew I did that one. This should be disabled. Now, I don't know. I think what I should do with the archive is make sure that it never resets. Can't travel from here. Can't wait. doesn't have a zone. Yeah. Not gonna bother with that right now. Nope. Crust. There's 6 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 different versions of the Dark Nut sword. So I will have to make secondary one. Because there's 6 slots. So I'll just put lesser in here. And I'll make another one with 2. Nope. There we go. Dagger. Is there another Dark Knot dagger? I don't think so. Nope. That was easy. The tricky thing is going to be having these display when all of these are active. So I guess what I'll do... I guess these will check if you have the full set on you. If you're carrying the entire set. I'll finish this up and that'll be in the end of the stream. This is the first piece of armor that I've done a thing for in the archive. Dark Knight Shield. Shield lesser. Boop. Boop. I'm so used to hitting no because I don't. So this will be the female display. Oh, wait. Well, that wouldn't work. it would have to be... I might have to update the script. Well, thanks for stopping by. Enjoy the rest of your day. I might have to modify the script to make... to add a piece that allows for a full set. Full set of armor. I don't want to make it complicated. So in this one, that one would be fine, because if you had a +1, if you had normal +1, +2, +3, then it would do the same thing. The orcs are also actually elves. Another interesting little doodle. Okay. I'll do this one, and then I think I'm just going to call it a day. And I'll do the rest some other time. Oh, that's ammo. No wonder it wasn't working. Armor, dark nut. Dark nut boots. Gauntlets. Armor, dark nut. Helmet. There we go. Boots, cures, gauntlets, helmet. That's it. And this will be lesser full set. gonna save. I'm gonna call that the end of the stream. Thank you very much for watching. Relics of Hyrule's coming along. 6.5.17 should be out soon. I don't know when, but it should be out soon. Pretty much everything is done. I just need to package it and release it. I'll finish this up, the Darknut thing, to be the final little thing for people to see if they want to go and check out the archive. And because I'm working towards 6.6. But yeah, thanks for walking. Thanks for walking. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you next time.